My heart ached as I watched my daughter disappear into the digital world. It started innocently, a way to unwind after school, but it quickly spiraled into something dark and all-consuming. Video games became her everything. School, friends, even meals, all took a back seat to the flashing screen. Gone was my vibrant, bubbly girl. In her place was a stranger, withdrawn and irritable. Every attempt to pull her back was met with anger and resistance. Our once happy home echoed with arguments and slammed doors. I felt utterly helpless, my heart breaking a little more each day. We tried everything we could think of. We limited her screen time, we tried therapy, we even resorted to punishments. Nothing worked. She was trapped, and we were powerless to help her. The light in her eyes, the light in our family seemed to be fading with each passing day. One day a friend shared with me a path, a practice called Guan Citta Dharma door. It spoke of compassion, of chanting mantras, of seeking solace and guidance from a higher power. At first I was skeptical. How could chanting possibly help my daughter break free from this addiction? But I was desperate, clutching at straws, yearning for a miracle. So I started chanting the Great Compassion Mantra and the Heart Sutra every day. I learned about little houses, paper offerings meant to appease karmic creditors, and seek blessings. I poured my heart into my practice, my every chant filled with the desperate plea for my daughter's well-being. I prayed for her release, for the clouds of negativity to lift from her life. I prayed for our family to find peace again. As days turned into weeks, a sense of calm began to wash over me. The practice, while challenging, brought a newfound sense of hope. I held onto it tightly, believing that if I remained steadfast, if my faith was strong enough, a miracle could happen. And then, slowly, subtly, things began to change. My daughter, who had once recoiled at the mere mention of my practice, started showing a flicker of interest. She would sit quietly in the next room while I chanted, listening. Sometimes she would even ask questions. Her curiosity piqued. One evening she surprised me by joining me. She sat beside me, her voice hesitant at first, as we chanted the mantras together. In that shared moment of quiet reflection I felt a shift, a glimmer of the daughter I knew and loved returning. Her transformation wasn't overnight, but it was undeniable. She started spending less time gaming, her grades began to improve, and she reconnected with her friends. The anger and frustration that had become so familiar slowly melted away, replaced by a newfound sense of peace and clarity. She even started joining me for the little house's rituals, meticulously folding the paper offerings, her focus and dedication evident. It was as if the practice, my practice, was somehow reaching her, softening her heart, and guiding her back to herself. The joy that filled my heart during those times was immeasurable. The practice of Guan Citta Dharma door had not only helped my daughter break free from the clutches of addiction, but had also mended the fractured bonds within our family. We were communicating again, laughing again, loving again. Our home, once filled with tension and despair, was now an oasis of peace. The darkness had lifted, replaced by the warm glow of understanding, compassion, and shared faith. We are eternally grateful for the blessings of Guan Yin Bodhisattva. Through the practice of Guan Citta Dharma door, we found our way back to each other, stronger and more connected than ever before. It is a journey we continue to walk together hand in hand, with hearts full of gratitude and hope for the future.